This week on At Home in Faith, Father Cole Daly of St. John Vianney and Holy Spirit parishes in Fishers, Indiana, shares a reflection on the solemnity of Christ the King.
The best king is the one who tells the truth. In the year 399 BC, a man named Socrates was on trial in Athens, Greece. Socrates was a philosopher, meaning someone who thinks a lot. Not really. Someone who loves wisdom. Socrates loved wisdom and truth so much that he told everyone about it. As you can imagine, this did not sit well with certain people. The truth was inconvenient for them because they spent much of their lives in untruthful ways. But Socrates was not deterred. He would ask question after question, trying to get to the bottom of things, and calling out lying and untruth when he saw it. He was accused by some of corrupting the youth, leading them astray from the ways of the world, that is, the way of lying. After a short and one-sided trial, Socrates was forced to make a choice: either renounce his beliefs or else drink the poison and die. There was no choice for Socrates, though. The truth was worth dying for, because to live without truth was to not live at all. He drank the poison, and we today are still standing on his shoulders. Socrates may not have been a king, but he had more power and authority than anyone else, because he lived for the truth. I find it fascinating that the moment in the Gospels when Jesus is revealed as a king is the crucifixion. Listen to the words of St. Mark's Gospel, chapter 15. And Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And he answered him, "You have said so." At this moment, Jesus seems like anything but a king. Here he stands before Pilate, a man of immense power and authority, without anything or anyone to support him. Jesus is beaten up, bruised, his clothes ripped to shreds. There is nothing kingly about his appearance. And yet, who is the one in control? Which of these two men is afraid? Listen to Jesus again. "You say I am a king. For this I was born, and for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth." There is no fear in this man. In the end, no king, governor, or Roman legion can take away what he has: the truth of all things. Jesus may be robbed of everything else that this world offered him: health, prosperity, worldly honors, but his kingdom is not of this world. What matters most is what he stands for to the point of death, that you and I might taste the truth and choose to live it. Jesus, not Pilate, is the real king, because he speaks the truth when no one else will. But maybe we don't think of a king like this. We think about all the royal trappings, we think about the English monarchy and all the wedding tabloids, etc., etc. But that is not what makes a person royal or powerful in the end. Kingdoms come and go. Bloodlines come to an end. What makes a true king is the mandate to lead people in truth. This is what we all desire deep down. The truth is not something that I invent. You might be the most creative and interesting person in the world, and yet you have not ever created 1 ounce of truth. It is something that is given to you, something that gives you being and substance. Truth, in other words, is what redeems the world from chaos and hell. And yet many people today want to live as if chaos is our destiny, untruth our moral code. I'm speaking of what we call relativism. Relativism says what's true for you may not be true for me. So what do we do with that? Sure, there are some things that are subjective. You like vanilla ice cream and I like chocolate. But relativism is more sinister. It holds that many things that are contradictory with each other can be true at the same time. I can believe in God if that makes me feel good, but at the same time, you can be an atheist who is very hostile to religion. No need to make rational arguments. No need to press into the truth. We can simply both be right. This way of thinking has plagued our modern era. It has become a time of lies. And worse than lies, a time in which it is considered immoral to discuss the truth with one another. Let me be clear. Lying is always and everywhere evil. There is no such thing as a white lie. because every lie is full of darkness. It is part of the recipe that makes a mortal sin. The truth brings order out of chaos, joy out of despair, freedom out of slavery. The name of the truth is Jesus Christ. I think many people today are afraid of the truth because the truth makes demands on us. It demands that I evaluate my actions and my way of thinking. But you and I follow Jesus, who is the way, the truth, and the life. You and I have a duty to speak the truth to the world. In a particular way, I have this responsibility as a priest and as a spiritual father. So hold me to it. Hold all of us to it. But you too have this responsibility. We must speak the truth with love. You have been given the greatest gift, the gift of Jesus himself. And now you must speak a word of truth to a world that is in love with chaos, darkness, lies. Don't wait until you feel safe to speak. Let me be clear. It is not safe to speak. It never will be safe. But it is even less safe not to speak. To do that is to live with resentment and misery. You have more influence over others than you realize. So start speaking the truth about Jesus to others. Start standing against evil in our world. Start speaking out for those who are poor and broken, and you will be amazed at what happens. Today we announce the greatest truth of all. Jesus is real. Jesus is the King of heaven and earth. Jesus has changed my life. To live without truth is to live a lie, and that is not to live at all. How great, how unbelievable, how majestic is our God. He has given you the truth that is himself. Go out and announce it.
Thank you to Father Daly for joining us this week. Here's some reflection questions for you and your family to discuss. How does your faith and trust in Jesus and the truth he teaches manifest itself in your family's life, in your individual life, and your life in our society? How could your family serve your community? What needs are present in your neighborhood? How can you help others meet those needs? And here's a challenge for you and your family this week. Go to forum.org if your parish has a subscription, or wordonfire.org, and pick one video to watch as a family that will help you better understand the truths of our faith in Jesus Christ. From all of us at the Diocese of Lafayette-in-Indiana, may God continue to bless you and your families.